You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You are now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here, literally. Starting off with my man, Jay Moore. How are you, sir? Stop, Lone. Don't do it. I see you. Jay Moore, how are you, sir?
You know, kicking but not high, flapping but can't fly. You know the business.
I know the business.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
What is Lone gonna say now?
My man Lonegevity, good to see you, sir. How are you? I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Doing great. You know, blessed and vaccinated.
Yo, we gotta work on this, man. We gonna get there. We gonna get there though.
You're gonna make me cry.
It's improving though. It's better than whatever the first couple were. My man DJ Jay Diff, what's happening, man?
Salutations.
How's everything?
I still like turtles, man.
That what we doing tonight?
Yes, man. We had a spirited conversation on the pre-show.
Still enjoying turtles, you know.
I like turtles.
Covered a lot of topics on the pre-show. Y'all gotta tune in, man. That's where the foolishness really happens, is on that pre-show and the post-show. So
The uncensored version. We about to start selling the pre-show on VHS tape for $59.95 a pop.
Yeah, you might hear life. You can hear life advice.
We can start
taxes. What else?
You know,
relationship.
We can actually, if you want, which is mad simple, we could start putting the audio version on Patreon for the Patreon people.
So they can hear the
goods. There was some good advice about relationships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
you can get bad stock tips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come mess your life up with the New Old.
Yeah. If you become a patron, you will definitely get your life messed up.
Your relationships and your financial stability.
Hey,
come on into the
Come to death row.
Straight up. Mess around and get an eviction notice messing with us. All right. My man Red August is in the building as well. Good to see you, brother, as always. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic. I know we got a couple to get in before we start hog tying on this producer list. So, Lone actually brought this one to my attention. I was not aware because I had not watched all of the Snoop interview on with Nori or Drink Champs.
How
but
can you watch any full episode of Drink Champs interview?
I had to understand what it was. He getting split. He's gonna be faded all the time. And he's just gonna.
How long is this episode? Let's get to that.
I think this one is like 2 hours and some change, maybe.
That's a
short.
lightweight one for him.
That's short.
Yeah, I think this
normally
is 2
he
hours
sits
and
and drinks
change.
until he can't speak anymore.
Yeah.
But see, Snoop, I from what I saw, just the early portion, Snoop is Snoop enough to kind of control it, so it's
Snoop
not
enough?
OC. He's Snoop enough. He's OG enough. And we're gonna call it Snoop
Been
enough. but
Snoop
he's
a
OG.
long time, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's just maybe Snoop had more cachet or something because he talked over MC Shan, and I don't know what the other ones were, but MC Shan's was pretty bad because of Nori, not MC Shan, for the record.
No.
But anyway, they still give OGs flowers, so that's what I love about it the most. I
think they just use it as another reason to take a shot.
You think that's what it is?
Nah, I'm just.
But anyway, so Snoop, we talked about. I think we mentioned this maybe 4 or 5 shows back about the Death Row catalog disappearing. But Snoop apparently went into why he pulled stuff off the streaming platforms, all the Death Row stuff off streaming platforms. And he said the first thing I did was snatch all the music off those platforms traditionally known to people because those platforms don't pay. He said no, and those platforms get millions and millions and millions of streams, and nobody gets paid other than the record label. So what I wanted to do was snatch my music off, create a platform which is something sort of similar to Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu. It'll be a Death Row app, and the music in the meantime will live in the metaverse.
Just Death Row music?
Just all the music that's associated with Death Row.
Who's gonna sign up for a streaming service for like 6 albums?
That's what. That was going to be my question. Lone, what do you see with this move? Pros, cons? Is this gonna work in your opinion?
Just the obvious that everybody's thinking.
No,
it's not.
You know, I mean,
classic albums in that catalog now.
for sure. And people have already been upset that he's been taking them off. So
True.
I don't know. You know, it's one of them things where, you know, you want people to have ownership of the things that they're doing, right? And that's kind of what he's doing here.
He did mention,
he's
for the record, that he wants Nate Dogg's family to be able to benefit, and people that were involved with it to actually rage. He mentioned that as well, just for the record. So he wants that part to happen too before he makes any type of money off of what he said. But go ahead.
Okay, but that's irrelevant to moving it to a streaming platform. Look, Death Row Records and all the music on streaming platforms, regardless, is going to make a lot of money because people are going to listen to it, regardless of if it makes a fraction of a penny or not. So I agree that something needs to change. I think that, it has to be. I feel like Jay-Z was trying to do something in the realm while not going against the grain with Tidal, right? But streaming is where we're at. And we're not going to get away from it anytime soon. And, like just a streaming platform for just your record label, like you've got I don't know any record label that's going to be able to make the amount of money off of an exclusive platform that they're not going to make more than what they would even with the pennies on if they were on every other platform. You know what I mean? Like if they left their music on Spotify, iTunes, and everything else, they'll probably make more money than if they just have a private thing. I would make that bet. Even with it being the way he's explaining, so subscription based, you have to get it, obviously pay for the app, and then just go in. You don't think who is doing this though?
I'm just asking because I don't think I would do it. And I love the catalog.
That's what I mean.
I would do it.
I know all eyes on me, like front to back.
Listen. Yeah, but it's not going to. All eyes on me is not going to be on there.
Okay.
Listen.
Well, okay.
I will gladly continue to rip all the CDs that I bought back when they came out and load them into whatever player that I'm listening to them on and keep it moving. I mean, even with Play Music, or actually it's called YouTube Music now.
Yeah.
An album that you can't find, somebody's going to make a playlist of it and put it on YouTube anyway. And the album will be right there. Your Murder Was a Case. I can go in there and not find the album.
Yep.
But I can find a playlist that somebody put together.
Right.
That is the same exact album. And they probably maybe sped it up a little bit or something in order to how to get around the whole copyright or whatever thing. But I don't think it's a good idea, man. It's literally like, for example, you're talking about he's trying to send money to Nate Dogg's family and lay their Rage. She didn't put out a whole lot of product on there. So essentially by taking her off of these streaming platforms, you're taking food out of their mouths because you're not letting them be in front of everybody that need to be in front of. Maybe they can do something like Jay-Z did with Tidal and offer a streaming service that is a higher quality sound versus just getting the regular sounding stream that you get or whatever.
Right.
But other than that, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, this is the crazy thing because I saw the tweet and, I've been hearing about Snoop doing this all this time. And since I'm probably the only person I know that uses Tidal, I went on Tidal. I was like, oh, really? And Snoop Dogg's Death Row catalog is still available for streaming. I was still able to find, and the thing is, The Chronic didn't become available on even Tidal until like maybe 2 years ago. So it's not like it's been up there a long time. Now, I realize there are certain things, like you said, Murder Was the Case. Soundtracks are a lot trickier because, you have situations.
Lots of ownership.
Yeah. And, you have people who are not on your label on those sound. That's why soundtracks are hard to even put on these streaming services because there's I don't think Poetic Justice is up there. I don't think Mo Money soundtrack is up there.
Jason's lyrics.
And even if there's a whole bunch of songs that aren't available on the soundtrack, and it might be the song that you actually wanted to hear. There's still a lot of gray area, as far as ownership rules and how you're supposed to get around those things for streaming. I would be interested maybe a little bit more if I found out like they cracked open that Death Row vault, and got some of that stuff that
they got mad unreleased material
that you only heard in the movies.
But at the same time, like there's a reason why some of that stuff didn't come out. Maybe samples weren't cleared. Maybe there was something to where it just wasn't. Death Row had a real quality control during their run. For the, I guess 3 or 4 years they were really really hot. And it just there's a reason why some of the stuff didn't come out. Like there are certain things that I know exist that I would love to hear. I want to hear the original version of the next episode that was supposed to be on Doggy Style.
Right.
You know, I would love to hear. I've heard like really lo-fi versions of that. You know,
but would you
I don't know
sign
what-
up for a streaming
but if-
service just to listen to
I
that?
don't think
You know
I
what
would pay $7.90. Like I'm not paying. Look, I'll be honest, man. I'm not paying for nothing else. You know, I between the streaming services I have for music, how I watch TV,
Media,
I'm at.
It's gonna have to be something really, really, really nice for me to pay for another subscription.
Maybe they roll it in the Hulu and the Disney Plus package. I don't know. I am not paying for anything else. I'm tired of paying for stuff, and I'm about to cut back on some more stuff. So I'm certainly. Snoop, I love you, but brother, like I'm not paying. Like you better come up with an incredible model for this for me to actually be interested in it.
So
And plus, like I said, I can still listen to your first 2 albums. Well, I'm only gonna listen to the first one. On
I see
Tidal.
what you did there. Yeah, I see what you did.
You know,
there.
I remember when this was first announced too, because he mentioned that it was going to be like an NFT label
right.
as well, and I was super curious as kind of like what he meant by that, and if you know what that really kind of meant in general. But I wonder if yeah, I wonder if you would take multiple labels like TD, Dreamville, Death Row, Good Music, whatever, and they combine to make their own streaming service. If something like that would be something that people would do. But even still, like, I don't think another service that's super exclusive is just the way. I mean, we talked about this last week, even with Black Star. Like, I just don't.
I'm not
I
paying
don't
for
see
anything
it.
else.
I don't see it being successful.
Like, give me the opportunity to just buy the records again.
Yeah.
I think also in this era, we are in the era of.
I don't want no NFT. I don't want a picture of a dog with a death row chain on it.
Come on now.
What's up with
that be a part of the blockchain? I'm not interested.
Why are there so many NFT gorillas and apes and stuff? What is that
Listen,
about?
man,
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I don't even. I couldn't tell you, bro.
Yeah,
but what I was gonna say was, now this era, you also have to remember, and I think sometimes the rappers just do this off GP. The conversation of ownership, especially in the black community and in hip hop and all that, has been running rampant the last few years, which is dope. I love to see people own things, but everything that you come up with as it relates to ownership is not always a smart move. I want to own it. I want to own it. I want to own it. Black folks need to own more stuff, which is dope, but everything is not going to hit.
I think what it is since the NFT game is new, everybody's trying to get ahead of the curve.
Right.
Nobody wants to be left
I can see
out.
that too. I can see
if
that
it's
too.
going to actually pop. Now it might not pop.
I mean,
and people just have these NFTs or whatnot. I actually heard I think it was Donald Glover that gave a good explanation of what an NFT could possibly turn into.
Yeah.
I have to check that. I can't remember what he said, but
there's lots of potential there.
yeah, it's potential, but it had nothing to do with what people were buying it for now. The
Yeah.
way he broke it down, he was like, it would be cool if in the future it turned into this. And I was like, okay, that kind of actually makes sense.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there about NFTs and sharing the ownership of specific rights. Like if I put out a song and I have 50 copies of it, you could buy one and you can have it. You know what I mean? And those are the only 50 copies. It's like a digital version of like buying a record, kind of in a way. That stuff's kind of cool. And I think that makes a lot of sense. But
I'm not buying a piece of art to hang in my
or I'm not
metaverse
buying.
house.
I'm not buying this ape for $2,000
Yeah,
to
I'm
put
not
in this
buying no
virtual
JPEGs.
house. Like especially the art's not even good a lot of times.
No, it's basic. Like all of these apes and monkeys that they keep putting in Supreme outfits all look the
Weird,
exact
man.
same.
Or the crypto punks. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They're just little digital people.
Yeah.
It's all trash.
And I'm like, at least make it, you know.
Just a fad.
I mean,
Could be.
I just feel like this. It could either be something that really turns into something great, or it's going to be Garbage Pail Kids.
I mean,
Yeah.
good call.
No, for sure.
Garbage Pail Kids were great. What do you mean?
Until they weren't.
Yeah.
Until they weren't. Yeah.
I bet you can still probably get some money for some Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
If Series 1, probably.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think NFTs are here to stay,
Yeah.
but I don't know if the current iteration of everything that we see, like, I mean, right now it's like a cash grab. People are getting over on
Definitely.
some art type shit, and then, you know, my language.
Yeah,
Put a
Red
pin
August
in
get
it.
that, yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's, yeah. Anyways, I'm curious to see what it turns into, but back to the topic.
But with Snoop, I mean, scare money don't make no money, so you have to invest, you have to try. I get that part, but You know,
I mean, he could really be on to something here.
he
and
might, and
we
I
don't
could
see
be
the
wrong.
vision,
Exactly.
You know, because I don't want to come off like I'm hating.
Nah,
you know,
it's-
I could be at a point where I just don't understand, and I'm okay with saying that out loud. That maybe I just don't understand.
I'm not attached to it. We are the perfect people to speak on it. We grew up in that era, so all the records that came out around that time, we remember when they came out. So if anyone would have attachments to it, you would think it would be people that were around when it came out. And even with me, as much as I loved all that, I don't see myself investing in that. I just don't. We've all pretty much said it. I don't think I would cop.
I'm in possession of every Death Row album physically that I wanted. I actually even rebought the Above the Rim soundtrack maybe 2 years ago online because that's the only way I could get the Raphael Sadiq song.
Well,
see, that's
good
that,
call.
that's
I bought the tape. I got about the Above the Rim on tape
but that's kind of, I think, what we're alluding to here is like
from Indie CD and Vinyl.
There you go.
Yep. So
Shout out to you.
put a pin in that one too, because I don't know if we can say that on there. But yeah. What was I gonna say? From our era, though, we're used to holding stuff.
True.
Like to this day, I've never paid any money for any type of music streaming service, and I don't plan to. It's like if I'm gonna spend money, and I know this is weird, right? I'll buy people's music, but it's so weird for me to like pay a subscription service to be able to listen to a whole bunch of the music when I can't. It's not like going to the specific artist that I want to listen to a lot of times. So I don't know. And knowing that it doesn't pay anybody anything anyways, like, I don't know. It's just streaming.
It's more for my own personal listening pleasure. It's more for my own personal listening pleasure.
Right. But I guess like people from our era that are older, we're more inclined to buy the music,
right,
as opposed to like want to buy into a streaming service.
But Snoop could be looking at it from a standpoint of thinking that because we were around, we'll have a certain connection to it and we'll be willing to buy in and purchase. You know what I'm saying? And go to. Maybe that's what he's banking on.
Or
It could
gonna
be
Bluetooth my device to whatever I'm in, because they're even trying to make it to where they don't have CD players and whatnot in newer cars.
Or what he sees is we're the old people, and he's being on the cusp of something new, and he realizes that going forward, this is how people are going to consume art.
Could be.
And those of us who have our CDs, our tapes, our vinyl, that's cool. But he's looking towards the next 25 years of people and how they consume music.
And keep in mind also with Snoop, I don't think this is something Snoop just is throwing against the wall. He has to have been around. You think maybe? Because I'm thinking he might be around people. You know, you keep people around you that are smarter than you in certain things and who are informed. So maybe he's had conversations and sees the pros versus the cons. It could be like that too.
But people aren't always right.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I agree with that.
And like I said,
prove me wrong.
Like I said, either he is, it's going to be the new MP3 or it's going to be Garbage Pail Kids. You know, but you got to be one of those people who's willing to take the risk and see what it is. Because if it's the new MP3 and the way people consume music for the next 20 years, then it's going to be out of here.
Yeah.
You know, if it's Garbage Pail Kids, it's going to be a quick cash grab, and then it's going to be out of here.
Yeah. I mean, people forget that there was another MP3 stream player when iPod came out.
It's called the Zune.
The Zune.
And it was awesome.
It was.
It was. It really was a
but
nice piece of technology.
It didn't catch on because
it came second.
everybody went with the iPod.
The name recognition.
Yeah.
People would see a Zune and be like, "Oh, an iPod."
Yep.
I mean, just the way, like, you know, if you know people over a certain age, it doesn't matter what video game system you're playing. They'll be like, "Oh, y'all cut on that Nintendo."
Yeah.
Right. All right, man. Let's go ahead and let's jump into our next topic. Good conversation there. So Waka Flaka had an interview where
Flame,
thank you, Brick Squad, where he said he regrets bringing his dangerous lifestyle into hip hop, and this is I saw the interview, much more mature Waka, because we remember when he came out. He
Waka
said
been kind of mature for quite a while.
For a while, yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. And he's pretty much admitting how his life choices became the fuel for his music, and in turn it crafted troublesome energy in hip hop. He said with the rappers that came after him, and he said, I was bringing my lifestyle into rap, and I wasn't supposed to do that. And he's basically looking at it from a standpoint of people bringing danger into a lifestyle that pulled them out of danger. So you're bringing the streets into the rap music, and it makes it dangerous. So, you know, he went on to talk about you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's not going to work. How it didn't work for him. I actually applaud him for saying this. I think this is dope that he came out saying this now as an older rapper or older entertainer, whatever, entrepreneur at this point, because I don't know if he really put records out like that anymore. This is dope, but why do you guys think this doesn't happen more? Because I don't see this. I don't hear this.
Survivor's remorse, man.
Go ahead.
That's the only thing I can think about, because, I mean, if you have to nix what you've been through, at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Right.
None of these movies will be made because art imitates life. So what he went through, it's actually up to the listener and the audience if they take it as just, this is his story. I rock with his story, but I'm not going to let it influence me to make those moves that he did. But a lot of people don't know. They don't tote that line correctly. Like, I mean, we came up on NWA.
Right.
And we also came up on Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
We also came up on X-Clan. You know what I'm saying? These are politically charged or street charged groups. Ice-T, Scarface, you know what I'm saying? So you can take it as they're just entertaining me. I like what they're talking about, but I'm not going to abide by this lifestyle. I think it's taking a stand for himself by saying that he feels guilty that he may have influenced people, but in the same time, I don't think you should be liable or have to explain yourself for getting out your message.
But you do like the fact that he's saying what he's saying at the end of the day?
I mean, I get it. Like I said, it's survivor's remorse because he doesn't have to live that way anymore.
That's fair.
And without that, he wouldn't have made it to where he's at now. So,
okay, interesting take. J Moore, what you think, man? You give him credit for this? Is this?
I mean, I would hope that any MC who has reached a certain age has a certain level of wisdom that they were willing to impart to younger people.
I agree.
Or just people who are at a different place than they are, you know, but you also have to look at it, you know, it's a chicken and the egg situation because, you know, if you didn't rhyme about the things that you know or the lifestyle that, you know, you maybe were entangled in at that point, maybe there's a chance that you don't get away from it far enough to where you live long enough to even have this wisdom to give back to people.
Right.
You know, I think it happens with a lot of, you know, Jay-Z's talked a little bit about how, you know, I was talking about pain. I wasn't bragging when I was talking about these things.
Hov did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that.
That's
you know, but you know, I think there has to be a point where, I don't know, especially considering how many rappers we've seen lose their life to foolishness.
Yeah. And
just random acts of violence that aren't even just based in people's low self-esteem and in a way self-inflated self-importance. It's weird how those two things can kind of live together at the same time. Because, you know, when you see so-and-so rapper and he comes by on the block and, you know, he has his new Porsche or whatever, and it, you know, and the little kid and so-and-so's little kids, he's like, hey, daddy, look at that car. And your girl looks at that dude's car. And, you know, you start feeling weak about your situation in life.
Yeah. And
you don't have any other outlet but to act out violently, you know, towards these people that have made it. You know, so there is, it's kind of messed up because not only are you talking about your lifestyle that you may have been living, but the thing is a lot of hip hop artists show the lifestyle they are living.
Right.
The spoils of war, if you will, that have taken them to, you know, to where they get to live a 1% lifestyle. And it makes the people who, I don't want to say left behind, but you know what, got left behind, it makes them feel some kind of way. It's like when 50 says,
or it's inspiring,
you know, or it could be, but
or
you know what,
inspiring.
But you know, Jada said something about 50. He's like, yo, you got to come back to the hood. 50 Cent is like, for what? I'm not coming back. I see what happens when you go back.
Y'all know Boosie's line. Boosie's is famous at this point.
You know, it's
infamous.
As much as it was great that Nipsey was doing so much for the Crenshaw, Slauson. That's where he was taken. You know, as much as it was cool that Young Dolph was right there supporting a black business right there in the heart of Memphis, that's where they took him at. Facts. You know, even like the kid Chinks, you know, he pulled up in his Panamera in the old neighborhood in the Bronx, and that's where they took him at.
Facts.
You know, there's so much, you know, I just want everyone who's able to make it and find a level of clarity and wisdom like Waka has to, you know, to speak these words, because you don't know who it's going to touch and who it's going to help for them to figure this out, because there's a lot of lost people out here, and you know what, it's going to, I'm worried it's going to get worse before it gets better, because I see the violence that has nothing, you know, just in our city of Indianapolis, that has really gotten out of control, and like somewhere along the way cooler heads have to prevail, and people, you know, if you have the ear of the people and you can tell them something, then you need to tell them something.
That's the point right there. If you have the platform and the listeners and people that you're influential, and you can influence people and impact lives and culture, and the youngins, use it
and not talk down to them. Not say yeah, y'all point your fingers like y'all need to stop doing this, that, and be like, hey man, look, I come over here, young homie. Let me show you,
because that's going
where I went wrong.
That's going to touch.
I made it. And I'm trying to help.
That's going to touch somebody. I'm not saying it's going to touch everybody.
Use the music as that though. Like for example, when I was coming up, Me Against the World was my go-to album whenever I felt a certain type of way.
Right.
And everybody knows Tupac's background, what he talked about, blah blah blah. That album actually made me change my life for the better. That particular album. Everybody knows Tupac went completely nuts after that came out. I still was a Tupac fan, but I knew how to listen to Tupac without being influenced by him. So it's actually on. It's awesome that somebody can tell somebody what to do and give them guidance or whatnot. But it's on you as an individual too to know what it is and be able to make that dissertation for yourself.
Fair. I'm not mad at that. Long jump in. You said you got a chance to watch it, right? You saw
watch what?
The Waka interview. Then you say you got a chance to.
I saw the very short clip.
Okay.
But that's it.
What were your thoughts?
What everybody else has said.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
well.
I mean, I just think it's Waka does seem like he's. I don't think he's rapped in a long time.
No, he hasn't had an album in like 10 years.
I was about to say it's probably longer than I even thought.
And he jumped in EDM game for a minute.
That's for a minute.
He got some real money.
Yeah, he got a bag.
I just generally appreciate people that I don't even want to say have the courage, but just have the intention behind, like, you know, going out of their way to potentially, I don't want to say correct what they did that was wrong necessarily, because I'm not even going to put that on them like that, but just, you know, like share perspectives based upon like where he was, where he is now, what he's learned from it. But, you know, like everybody said, you know, to maybe help somebody that happens to be listening at that time, that could maybe influence their life maybe in a better direction than it's going. So I can appreciate that to that point. Outside of that, I don't really have anything to add, I guess.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
So he helped himself.
True. Yeah. So salute to him, man. I just love that he's willing to say it and how it will be received. That's, like Terry said, that's on the individual at the end of the day, but I give him props for actually throwing it out there. So salute to Waka.
They might call you soft for telling somebody the right thing.
That's a whole nother conversation.
You know, it's crazy. You could be like, hey, young brother, you might want to, you know, stop selling dope. Yo, why you hating?
But to look up to somebody like Tekashi.
Yeah.
Be like, no, you see, he getting money though. Like, so a lot of times that's all people see.
That's what it comes down to.
He get money though. Yeah, and that's a lot of times people's justification for living a way that they know is a short stop.
Yeah.
He getting that bread. He's getting to the bag. That's what it comes down to.
They're willing to take that gamble in order to get the bag.
Look, there's a lot of people out here taking penitentiary chances.
Yeah.
Just because, like, they might be able to shine for a moment.
Yeah. It is what it is. Red August, let's shout out our partners real quick before we get to our producer conversation.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com.
All right, we are back. Shout out to the partners. We appreciate them as always. Shout out to everybody in the chat as well. We see you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get into our producer conversation that we've been doing for the past, How long have we been doing this producer? What are you laughing at, man?
You know what I'm laughing at?
No,
I'm laughing at what you just tweeted or tweeted.
Whatever,
shared
man.
to the chat.
Nah, it's all positive vibes.
Shouts to C. Lee.
How long have we been doing this producer talk?
I don't even know. It's been a couple months, right?
Yeah, give or take. Getting the criteria and getting everything together. We talked about last week. We talked about how, certain producers might get what we call hog-tied on this one because we were throwing out 10s left and right for Pharrell. So we all agreed last week to go to the bottom and work up, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. So Pharrell was the top of our list. Just because that's what everybody voted, gave him. In our pre-voting, he got, I think, the highest score that he belongs on the list. So he finalized with an 8.96 out of 10, which is super high. So, yeah, which is higher than anything that we had on our producer or our MC list. So, which is crazy. So we're gonna start at the bottom. I believe the link, you probably can just see it. I'm guessing it's probably on the screen.
I can actually read some of that too. Jay Moore, you still going to be a vessel though.
But we're gonna start kind of at the bottom, and work our way up. So first on the list is producer S1 or Symbolic One, and we're gonna give him some rankings and some votes and whatnot. So
I'm going to
and this isn't someone that's as well known as a Pharrell. So do you have any,
I got the discography pulled up.
I got it pulled up right here.
Okay, just so you can kind of remind people who are listening.
Yep. So Symbolic One's been producing, it looks like, since 2002. Strange Fruit projects, Ghostface Killah, Trife. Him and Ill Mind worked together a lot in the early days. Ill Mind. Let's see what else he has. See some of these people. Big Pooh. Lifesavers, Tanya Morgan, Rod Digga, Fonte, The Ill, Superstition, Sky Zoo. This is all like he did Tanya Likes Girls off Brooklyn Eddie. Interesting. So this is all 2008. Tacey Epps, Spider Lock.
Spider-Loke.
It's
all right though. Don't worry about it.
It's Lock. It's Lock to me. Spider Lock. We were just talking about Spider-Man. So,
shout out to Spider Lock.
It's when the webs locks together. But Juice.
My name is my
Speech. What else we got here? Superstition. Kanye West. He did Power. Co-produced Power.
Yep.
My Dark.
It probably was 20 people that co-produced Power.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm about to say he
did four records off Rhymefest 𝐀𝐁𝐄. He did one record. He did After the Party. Left Back from Little
Good
Brother.
song.
I believe there's multiple versions of that, so I don't know which one. It was a co-production question or
that
credit.
song was cold.
More Strange Fruit. Let's see. Median. Fonte, Gonna Be a Beautiful Night with Carlita Durand.
I like that.
Nice record.
Jay-Z and Kanye West, Murder to Excellence. He co-produced that one with Swiss Beatz. Talib Kweli's Mr. International. Wait for You.
He's on Jesus Piece too, I think.
From Gutter Rainbows. More Juice. Lecrae, Exhibit, Napalm, Jesus Piece. Yeah, Blood Diamonds. 50 Cent's My Life. More Talib Kweli, Guilt Trip by Yeezus, Eminem's Bad Guy, Roxy and rapper Big Pooh, Logic did Bounce Until the End, Lupe Fiasco, he did 3 off Tetsuo and Youth, Blur My Hands, Body of Work, and Little Death, 1 off The Games documentary 2, Gladys Knight, interesting.
Gladys Knight.
He was all over Lecrae's Church Close 3. He did 3 records off Royce da 5'9's Layers, Tabernacle, America, and Gotta Know. Those were all co-produced. He did.
I can't hear any of these songs in my head.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's going to go into your voting.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
He did Drake's Ice Melts. He did Lord and something from Lord. For Lil Uzi Vert's Loaded. Book of Ryan, he did Caterpillar. Co-produced that one.
Oh man, been out here,
Caterpillar.
man.
Yeah, he did Dumb. He did Amazing. He did something from Lil Xan. 2 records off Kamikaze. And then from Drogas Wave, he did Gold versus The Right Things to Do. So that's a fairly
very
extensive
list,
list of stuff for this fella.
I'm familiar with him, so I know his style. He's very good.
Yeah,
He's very good.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just kind of go through influence, impact on peers and upcoming producers.
That's not going to be too high because although he's done the work to be around the artists, I'm not going to say there are, a lot of people, that are out there influenced based off his work. That's not saying he's not nice.
He's a producer's producer.
Right.
But to even to say on this, like, we forgot about him until last week.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And we were listing a lot of producers, so I'd known about him, but he's probably not going to be super high. So, you guys, go ahead and give me some influence numbers here.
So me, for influence, I'm going to go. I'll go like a 5, man. I'll go like a 5. I don't think it's that high. Maybe
I might 4.
Yeah, it might be
That's
too
what
high.
I was thinking probably about 4.
4. Yeah, I'm gonna do. You see his name pop up in a lot of producer circles, and a lot of like Decap will talk about him a little bit, or like
The
all that
producers
stuff.
know, to your point.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
this is not only impact. This is impact on peers and upcoming producers. So I feel like if you're in that space, you may pay more attention to him. But he is super low key. So I'm gonna go with the 5. 4 for Red August. So all right, and so right now he's sitting at a 0.44.
Okay.
All right, so next is versatility. How versatile are his hip hop records? So if we're looking at he went anywhere from Drake to Kanye West
he's
to
all over the
Tanya
board.
Morgan. He went underground. He went mainstream.
Royce.
Lil Xan.
Lil Xan to, so it's.
I'll give him a 7.
Eminem, yeah.
He's well versed in that area. I'd probably say.
I'm going to go 8.
Yeah, I'd say probably about 8.
Yeah, I'm going to go 8.
8, so 8, 7 for Jay, 8 for Maja. I'm gonna do 8 as well, and then 8. Sorry, because I can't count and or read. For Red,
We still love you, though.
we powered through my reading struggles last week.
It's
right?
all right, though.
Normally we have to
It's all
power
right.
through Mike's reading struggles.
Yeah,
but we made
it felt
through
good
mine.
to see somebody else struggle reading.
Reading
That
is
was cool.
fundamental. Reading is fundamental.
Except my problem was the fact that I wrote it funny.
It's not about the problem.
That's messed up. We are
not about the
from
problem.
the
It's
reading
not about the
rainbow,
type of problem.
generation.
Rainbow.
Have you
Have you
having
heard
trouble
John
reading?
Legend's version of Reading Rainbow?
I have
I don't-
not.
I don't
I
even
even
wanna
want to
hear
hear it. Yeah.
I have not. All right, so.
That's blasphemous.
Anyways, collaborators, different styles of artists producer works with. And now this, I
I'll give
believe,
him an 8 on this.
now this would be in hip hop, right?
Yeah,
I,
but
I don't remember what we decided last
I think
week.
I think we
did hip hop.
pointed more towards hip hop, and if that's the case, this is about an 8 because you talk about Fonte, Kanye, J, Lupe,
Because he's got
Lil Xan.
he's got underground, backpack,
commercial.
commercial. Yeah, he's pretty good.
I respect that. I respect that.
I would probably have to do something like 9.
Okay.
'Cause he flexed the board on this.
Yeah,
So
I respect.
what'd you
it.
guys say?
I'll give him an 8.
I said 8. Yeah, I respect it.
8. We got Mike ready.
Oh my god,
All right, we'll go 8. That's all good. No.
I like how he keep talking without the microphone.
Nah, do what you need to do, All right, hit making ability. How often the artist makes big hits? He's got a couple, but
Yeah.
realistically, it's not super high. I'm gonna go like 4.
3.
3 for me.
That's no slight. I mean,
No slight at
you
all.
can get, you
Right.
can do it. You can. There's a lot of producers out here working, creating great stuff. but
And I
this
feel
stuff
like
is just not hits.
certain big hits are probably weighted different too.
Yeah, I'd
Like
say
Power.
3.
Power is a huge hit.
That's
So,
a big record.
It is.
Yeah, that's
So.
a big record.
All right, 4 for Red. Looks like I'm always err on the side of high, but
Hands was going left and right.
Consistency of quality material released.
Okay, so you got records like we talked about Murder Excellence, we talked about Power, After the Party, Little Brother. These are all good records. They're consistent.
I think he's super. Consistent.
I think he's
To work this long, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking like from
2002.
I give him a 7.
Yeah, all the way to now. Oh, he even has a Stolly record.
Yeah, shout out to Stolly. I'm gonna go 8 on this one though.
7.
What'd you say, Terry?
7.
It's dope seeing producers catalog.
He got a record with Lord.
Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah, that's true.
That's different.
We got Red.
Is it Royals?
It's not Royal.
Okay, I don't know any other. I don't know any other Lord songs. I know that's terrible, but no, it's not. Yeah, I don't know any other Lord.
I only know one because I tried to sample it, and honestly, I don't even remember the name of it. So there's that.
Okay.
Body of work.
I feel like Billie Eilish is who Lord was supposed to be.
How great is some?
Lord was the beta test for Billie Eilish.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, because I feel like y'all remember Samantha Mumbo?
No.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, that was the beta test for Rihanna.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
You are correct. I remember now. I can see her.
Mm-hmm.
body of work. How great is their overall body of work?
I mean, from an artist
You
standpoint,
said
it's
of
pretty,
her body of work?
There.
Oh.
from an artist standpoint, with the production credits, he didn't put some work in.
I'm gonna go 7.
Yeah, I'd say 7 probably.
7.
7 is fair.
Bye.
Bye.
You think Red?
Red August.
You call him a hog?
Red August.
Hog tie?
Red hog tie in August. We knew some red hog tie in August. 7. All right.
Red August.
Final product. How often are the songs great from his beats? Now, this one sometimes is. This is going to be an interesting one if we're not super familiar with a lot of the records, but Caterpillar was pretty dope. I do remember that one.
The Fonte track is tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll still probably only give him a 5.
Yeah, probably.
What are we basing on? How often are the songs great?
These are other than
This can't be a popularity one. This can't be. I don't think.
No.
great records don't have to be hit records.
That's what I mean.
No, that's what. Yeah, because "Gonna Be a Beautiful Night" is not a hit record, but
Nah.
it's a great record.
I'm have to go probably 8 on this
8?
one.
I mean, that's a diversity of thought. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
But
What'd you say, Jay?
I still stick with a 5.
Yeah, because I can't, like
I
I
agree
said,
with that.
I can't hear a lot of these songs in my head. So
Mm-hmm. But
Personally-
based upon the songs that you do know, though,
I'd probably say about 6.
you got Maja.
I'm gonna go 5.
Yeah. Melodic elements used, and then drums. So these ones are going to be a little bit more difficult just because we're not super familiar with a lot of his work. But I do know that he worked a lot with Ill Mind and stuff.
His drums slap.
Yeah.
I will say that. His drums slap.
But honestly, I don't really know.
For the melodic part?
Yeah. But if I'm basing this off of like, and I don't know what pieces he did on
The bigger records, like Power.
Well, there's a lot of co-production credits,
True,
right? So
true.
I'm not sure like what he did on those. If he did drums,
I
or
think
if he
it's
did melodic.
I think a safe
stuff.
no. I think a safe number on this would be like 6 for me. That's what I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with.
probably. At least.
If I don't vote on these 2 last, will that skew the number?
Yeah.
Mm.
I just have to play the records in my head that I know.
Which would be Power. Which would be
Murder to Excellence.
Murder to Excellence.
I'd give him about a 6.
You know, Blood Diamonds by the Game. My Life, 50 Cent.
You produce any of those 50 Cent show tracks?
I don't know.
No,
Logic
Big
Bounce.
Rich Town is not on there.
Blur My Hands, Body of Work, Life or Death. Last Time You Seen. Tabernacle
Church.
by Royce. All right, so let me kind of look back here. Give me your numbers again.
What did I say? I think
I said
Oh.
6.
I said 6 too.
I'll go safe with a 7. What'd you say, Terry?
I'll go with a 7. I just don't want it to be 3 6s on there.
I feel you.
We got Mike
I like
a 6.
that. I like that.
All right. And how great the drum programming is. Now, again, like he is kind of known for his drum. I'm just going to do a 7 again because.
I'm going 8 on the drums.
All right.
Yeah.
7.
I'll keep my same number. 7.
7.
All right. He ended with a 5.7.
Respectable.
Yeah. Till we see what else.
Considering his category, considering his.
What are we looking like on time after we did that?
I got
like,
10:20.
We got 13 more minutes.
13-ish. Yeah.
Oh, so we got
45.
Oh, we got some time then. All right, cool.
45. Okay.
All right, next up is Sky Bites or Ski Beats.
I was about to be
Sky
like, Sky Zoo started making beats.
Now, Ski Beats,
He got some
he
heat.
goes back to 1990. So I'll just kind of skim this really quickly. Busy Boys, Original Flavor, Jay-Z in My Lifetime. He produced track number 1. AZ Do or Die produced Your World Don't Stop.
Bahamadia.
Yep, thank you. The Baja Boys. No, Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt.
He did You Know How We Do. Yeah.
Hold on, time out. For the record, when you say Reasonable Doubt, and he did Politics as Usual, Dead Presidents 2, Feeling It in 22 Twos, that's crazy.
Those are the best songs
On
the
a
album.
classic album,
Yeah.
that's up there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lone, I got
No,
hyped.
you good.
That
Lil
looks-
Kim,
That looks good.
Young Z. He did like all
The
of
whole
Camp.
Camp Low.
All of Camp Low. Now, we
Lucchini,
talked about that
yeah.
album a few
Yeah.
episodes back.
In My Lifetime, he did 2 records. Streets is Watching.
Whoa.
Who You With. 2.
Wow.
Funk Dubious. Lord Tariq and Peter Guns.
You just wanted to say Funk Dubious.
Dubious. Yep. Pace 1. Sporty Thieves. Sounds like a Jay Moore artist. Fat Joe, John Blaze, Nature. Nature. He did a Nature record.
Why you say hi like that?
Because I don't get to mention Nature very often on this show. Jay-Z Unplugged, People Talking, Camp Low, again.
All of
That's
us
a
do
cold
it.
track.
Angie Martinez. Proof, Jump Batch. I don't know. Can't read it. Camp Low, Black Hollywood, Pittsburgh Slim, Camp Low again, The Cool Kids, Tackle Box.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Homeboy Sandman, The Good Son. Interesting.
He all over the place.
Currency, Pilot Talk.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
and remember 24-Hour Karate School? It's got like Currency, Smoke Deza, Jean Grey, Cool Kids.
Address
Stolly,
is
Tabby
one of my
Bonnie.
favorite beats from him on that Pilot Talk. Address is cold.
Yeah, Pilot Talk 2 as well.
And Pilot Talk joints was some classic
Fire.
mixtapes.
Yeah. Gutter Rainbows did Cole Rain. Dynasty Electric, I'm not hip.
I remember Tabby Bonet.
Tabby Bonet, I'm hip. Murs, Love and Rockets Volume 1. Locksmith, I'm a huge Locksmith fan. So he was all over that. 24-Hour Karate School presents Twilight. A whole bunch of artists on that. Some Smoke Deza, and then Mos Def and Ski Beats Sensei on the block.
I have not heard that Mos Def project.
I think it's just a
Just
single
one record.
song.
Yeah. And Pilot Talk 3. So he's all over the place. It looks like he doesn't have a lot of credits, at least here on Wikipedia, since 2015, but still.
The fact that he's all over those Pilot Talks is big. Because I like all of those.
But Currency fans, those are like Bibles.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's go influence.
Man.
I'm going to do a 7.
Yeah, I'd probably give him about 7, 8, 7.5. Can we do points?
See, you're just making everything more difficult.
Let's do a 7 then.
Long face, whole face change.
No, we can do 7.5. We can do it.
Yeah. I'm going to go 7.
Do. 6. Versatility. How versatile are the hip hop records?
I give him an 8.
I'm probably gonna stay at a 7.
The Pilot Talks are cut in the same cloth.
A lot of his
Yeah,
stuff.
but
A lot
Camp Low.
of Camp Low's cut in the same
But it doesn't
cloth.
sound anything like Who You With.
Nah.
No, it doesn't sound like
It
that.
don't sound nothing like Reasonable Doubt, which is Jay-Z's magnum opus. I gotta go with 7.5.
Dag nabbit.
I'm gonna go
6.3.
right. I'm gonna go 6 on this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
6. All right. Different hip hop styles of artists the producer worked with.
4.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I'll go 5 on that one.
Yeah, 5.
All right. Next up is Hit making. How often are they big hits?
How often?
I see a lot of great
Yeah, I'm at about a 5 here.
records, but no huge
Lucchini.
hits. Lucchini's big.
It still rings.
Like there are certain songs where I'm like, okay, that's big in the culture, but we're talking about hits. Like everyone, as soon as you say, it, they're like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Doesn't mean they are good though.
Yeah,
but
that-
yeah,
that's,
I'm with
you
you.
Yeah, I give him a 5.
I'll go 5 on that one. I feel comfortable with that.
Are we? Never mind. Did everybody say 5?
Yeah.
4. All right. Consistency of quality material released.
Okay, so I'm going to go based off his catalog. I rarely hear Ski Beatz miss. So with his consistency and his quality, I'm going to 9 on that because I
I'm going
rarely
to
see him
7.
miss.
I'm doing 7 as well.
7.
I like his style too.
All right. How great is their overall body of work?
So we talk about
I'm gonna give him an 8.
yeah.
8.
Yeah, I'll say 8.
I'm gonna go 9, man. He got some iconic stuff.
Okay. How often are the songs great from the beats that he made?
7.
7.
It's got a lot of Camp Lo on there. And
A lot of currency.
and a lot of currency.
That currency though that he got is tough, man.
I might have to. I'm gonna go. I'm not a currency fan or a Camp Lo fan,
I love them both.
but he's got some
I
other
love
stuff.
currency's beats. That's what I always go to first.
I mean, currency's currency. Like he's consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
He be
His
lacing.
beats are never whack.
Yeah.
nah,
Shout out to Ski Beatz for a lot of
I'm
that.
gonna do a 7. Yeah.
I'll go 7. 7 don't sound bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. 6 sounded a little too little for me.
Yeah, I don't want to be. Oh, he turned the mic on.
Yeah.
Look at the Lord.
Melodic elements.
If you listen to that Pilot Talk series, it's jazzy.
8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8 on that one as well. I like that.
I'm gonna stay at 7.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
All right. How great are the drum programming? How great is the drum programming?
8.
His
Yeah, I give him
drum
an 8
slapped
for
to me.
Bum, bum. Did you give me a number though?
Go 9 for me on the drum. Sorry.
Wait, did you say 9 on? Oh, it was just body work.
Yeah.
Okay.
His drum slap.
What'd you say, Terry?
8.
8. Okay, I'm gonna go 8. See this decimal point right here?
Yeah.
It's Terry's fault.
Okay.
Oh man. Let me see if I can. There we go.
I'm going to round up on. No, just.
All right. Let's see. All right. Next up is DJ Dahi.
You got his too?
Why am I butchering everybody's name? I guess that's just what I do. Yeah, I got Dahi's up already.
Okay.
Now, he doesn't have as extensive a catalog, but he's all over the place. So let's see if you know some of these. So the obvious records that we know from him is he did Kendrick's Money Trees. He did Big Crit's Catalactica.
The
He
whole album, or
not just
Just song.
that specific, and one other record on there. He did Bob Rush in 2006. Don't know that. Jern I, not hip. Ayo Mari, the PB and J Solution. He did 2 tracks off that. He did 2 tracks off of Tyrone, and if you know Tyrone, he often works with Ayo Mari. Pac Divs, don't mention it. He did Underdogs 2.
Love Pac Div.
Iggy Azalea even with Problem called Drop That. He did Pac Divs. I'm not going to say that word. Super N-words.
Thanks, Long.
Pac Div, the Div, he did Posted, which I love that record.
Yeah,
and I
that song
never
is
knew he did
cold.
that. That's
Didn't know that.
crazy.
I actually
Yeah.
put that on one of the Cadence mixtapes.
Cadences back in the day. Yeah. Move On. More Tyrone. A Sucker for Pumps. He did Jack Courier
That Sucker for Pumps is cold.
and No
The
Wonder.
whole album.
Yep. He did PH from Dom Kennedy. Deshaun's Champagne and Styrofoam Cups did a few of them. Freddie Gibbs, Babyface Killer did Bout It, and Stay Down. He did Money Trees with J-Rock, Mac Miller's Dog Pound, Pac Div. Man, he was all over. So he must have worked with Pac Div early on. F Y'all in the intro. Schoolboy Q, Sexting Scheme. Shouts to some blog era. Smoke Dizza Coney, title track. Casey Veggies did She in My Car, did Crondon, man, I remember when Chris Casanova came out. Nipsey Hussle did Crenshaw and Slauson, True Story. Rich Kid, I'd Be Lying. Spenzo, Travis Scott, Hell of a Night. Vic Mensa, YNSP, Schoolboy Q, Hell of a Night. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe
I know the Schoolboy Q one. I don't know the other one.
Yeah. Smoke Dizza, Hearses and Tropicana Roses, SZA, Babylon, Absol, Tree of Life, Travis Scott, Mick Jenkins, Dehydration, Logic, Never Enough, Big Crit, did Cadillactica, Third Eye, Mount Olympus Reprise, and Let It Show.
All fire.
Yeah. Jasmine Solomon, Lupe Fiasco, Tetsuo Youth, did Chopper, Madonna, Adoration of the Magi, and They Resurrect Over New. Hit Inc., Big Sean, I Don't F With You.
Hey, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
Co-produced with Mustard and Kanye and Mike Free. Also did
Kanye got a writing credit on that?
Yeah.
Kanye will walk in and be like,
hey, add a and
they're going to
put
be
it
like,
on.
man, Kanye produced this record.
Yeah, he also did Research that features Ariana Grande. He's got 5 records with Madonna.
Wow.
Hey, that's big.
Huh. Interesting.
They might have been
Getting
on
that
an
pop
album I
money,
don't know
getting that
about.
pop money. man.
Tanashi, Wale, the Helium
Tina Shay.
Balloon.
What do you do with
Tina Shay?
Tinashe? No, it's
Tina
Tinashe. It's
Shay.
Tinashe.
It's Tinashe.
Wanderer.
Oh, okay.
The God Smile from Wale, Middle Finger, Dom Kennedy, Fried Lobster. That's a funny name. Vince Naples, Summertime, 06. He did 5 records off that. He did 3 co-production credits on Compton. Talk About It, All in a Day's Work, and Deep Water.
That
Those
boy
are good
putting that
songs.
work in.
Those are good songs.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, 90210. Mac Miller, ROS, and Jump. Joe Budden, FMall. Drake, You With Me. Co-produced by 40 and Kanye. Mac Miller, Cinderella, with Ty Dolla $ign. Thanks. Denzel Curry, Schoolboy Q, Never Change from Blank Face.
Credits.
From Damn, he's got Ya, Loyalty, Lust,
Tough.
XXX, and God.
Mm.
I think most of those are co-production credits because that's just how that album was.
He was in the room.
Yeah,
I give it-
everybody got a Grammy.
Yeah. Lecrae, All Things Worked Out, or All Things Worked Together did Come and Get Me. Big Sean, I Decided, he did Voices in My Head. Stick to the Plan. Jesse Boykins the third. Ooh. So he's all over the place as far as versatility. He did Earth Girls. Oh, that was a fire song. Remember that one? Of course.
Dude got heat.
Denzel Curry, Mac Miller Swimming. He did Self Care, which is one of his biggest hits from that one.
that's
He also
nice.
did Jet Fuel. Go figure.
My boy got heat.
Those are actually his names are always on like the favorite records from all these. Vampire Weekend, I'm Not Hip. Schoolboy Q, Crash Talks. He did 5 records. Tales, Chopsticks, Drunk, Black Folk, and Dangerous. And Childish Gambino's 31520. He did 9 records.
Okay. So if he did that right there, changes how I looked at it because there was heat all over that from a production standpoint.
31520. I don't even think I heard it.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was like the one that kind of snuck in there.
Yeah, man. There is.
Oh, that was the secret one, or
yeah. The musicality of that is amazing. I got to give him his P's if he did a lot of production on that.
That is
It's
Gambino
impressive.
low key. Got some very dope projects.
He's one of my favorite artists, man, ever. He's I didn't know he was that nice. He's nice.
All right. Yeah. This ever since I heard Dahi, I've been a fan. But influence, I give him a 4.
Give him a 5.
Yeah, I say about 5.
I'll go 4.
Like a lot of producers are gonna be low. in
Right.
this.
Yeah,
I agree.
most of them will. Plus, he's newer, really. So versatility. How versatile are the hip hop records?
I'd give him a
Probably about
9.
an 8.
He's everywhere, man. Yeah, he's everywhere.
9.
I'll go 8. He's
Yeah,
everywhere.
I'm with the 8.
You said 8, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going 8.
Okay,
Red August is distracting.
I'm gonna have to go 9 too. I think he's out there. Collaborate different hip hop styles of artists.
I'll say 9 for that.
Yeah. I can respect the 9.
7.
Sealy socks on.
I'm gonna do
Fixing the shave, mister.
I'm gonna do 8. Yeah. Hit making. How often makes big hits from the producer?
Well, I heard Terry say it multiple times. I know that record. That joint go.
Again, are we talking like big hits as far as hip hop, or are we talking big hits as far as like people that don't listen to hip hop?
Well, we got to keep. Well, to
You know
your
what I
point,
mean?
we got to keep.
I'm
hip-hop.
just thinking of the hip hop stuff.
Because like
I think that's what we should be in.
Yeah,
I
'cause
agree.
when I saw that, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's great he worked with Madonna, but I don't know any of those.
Nah,
Nah.
Nor do I. Yeah,
I say 7.
I'll go 6 on this.
6.
I'm gonna say 8 only because again, he's producing the best records off a lot of these.
That's a fact.
You know, like
I can't be mad at that.
𝐏𝐃𝐒𝐄 may not have been a hit, but everybody listening to hip hop knows 𝐏𝐃𝐒𝐄.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
know?
fact.
Like Posted is like one of my favorite
Come on,
Packed In
yeah.
songs. Like
That Sucker for Pumps album was nice. Now that's one of them slip on albums.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, no, I'm a super fan of him.
Yeah.
Consistency of quality material released. Ooh,
I say about an 8.
He got high quality material.
I'm gonna do 9 on this one.
I'll go 8.
Everybody's, I think I did that right. How great is their overall body of work?
It's
Give it
pretty
8.
impressive, man.
Yeah,
I'm
about an
I'm
8.
comfortable with an 8.
Yeah, I'll do 8.
His checks are looking good. Residuals and everything.
Final, how often are the songs great from his beats?
7.
Yeah, I say 7.
Mike,
I'm gonna go 7.
I'm gonna do 8. Melodic elements.
They're there.
8.
Mm-hmm.
7.
I'll say 8.
I'm gonna go 9. He's got a great rhythm roulette out there. Did you say 7, Terry?
8.
Everybody say 8 except for me?
Mm-hmm.
Think so.
Okay. How great are the drums? I do an 8.
I'll go 7 on the drums.
7.
7. Jay said 7.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you said 7.
7.
Everybody say 7 except for me?
Yep.
All right. Oh, okay. I knew somebody else did. All right, cool. All right, 6.8. So far, it's in the right order.
Yeah.
Trending upward.
Trending upward here. So, yeah, that's how much time? We got enough time for another one? Oh, we're past time? All right, well, we got through 3 of them. It's all good.
We
Dahi,
went a little long on the that first topic was pretty good. Went a little long.
it's okay if we go a little bit long for the radio stuff. I've been just cutting off the end. I just cut off the end with the disclaimer said, you ran too long. Please go to New Old Heads to listen to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Give
Okay.
a little suspense there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cut it like, Dahi gets a, oh man, that sucks.
Would you look at that?
Would
We
you look
ran
at
out of
that?
time.
Would you look at that? Would you look at that?
Just look at it.
That would actually be hilarious.
This is fun. This is fun. Though,
I might
man.
re-record that. Would you look at that?
Just
We
look
ha-
at it.
You know what? We really haven't hogtied anybody yet. These are just good conversations so far.